they try to be so different from each other. They put the buttons all in different places, so we're good.
Yeah,
now.
like on Facebook, I think it's flipped.
Excellent connection, dude.
Excellent.
That's good.
Hey guys.
Do you need to see the?
Yeah, I need to see the comments.
Different. Everything's all.
I like to look
different. Okay.
over at the screen there.
Yes. Okay. Hey, welcome everybody once again to the Mummy and the Monkeys.
Hairy Scary
Hangover.
Woo!
Woo! Wow.
We had a fun 90-second episode on Facebook tonight.
That's right. What?
90-second episode. A fun 90-second episode.
I sound like you're saying the episode was 90 seconds long.
No.
Episode number 92.
Episode number 92.
Now, this is only episode 26 of The Hangover.
Yes. So, I'm Janet Decay.
I'm Grimm Gorri.
Together we host the Mummy and the Monkeys Hairy Scary Hangout.
Hangout.
And Hangover.
Oh boy, you're confusing me.
So, we have a weekly show, almost weekly, on Facebook. We live stream on our Facebook fan page, The Mummy and the Monkey, where we show retro movies with funny sound effects.
Friday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes. And, we just wrapped up episode 92.
That's a better way to say it.
The movie was The Glove, starring John Saxon.
It was pretty awesome. People loved it. I Grimm Gorri-ized it. I put, sound effects in it. Things like that. And it was our tribute to the life of John Saxon, basically. It was to pay our respects for this actor's, passing. He was 83 years old. 83,
yeah. He passed away last week.
Yeah,
so he will be missed.
Connie Cleary's back in the house. That's right. That we're doing good.
This,
Bobby Harvey Jr.
I showed this on Facebook. I'll show it for YouTube. So I did meet John Saxon and Jim Kelly in 2012. And they signed this DVD. But yeah, he was really nice in person. And that was before we did this whole thing. But I even thought of trying to see if I can email him or something.
I see Schultze's in here.
And
we got that.
waited too late.
Where's the ghost? There it is right there.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There's the mask, Schultze. Thank you, brother.
Schultze.
That's awesome stuff. So, we got to put that in a more predominant area because I'm kind of hiding it.
Well, we can always rearrange.
We'll rearrange later.
Yeah.
And I got this really great banana from Connie Cleary. Look at that part of the set now.
Yeah, now Grimm has another banana. He loves to show off his bananas.
Yeah, Connie Cleary was very sweet and sent us a care package, a scare package. Full of flamingo stuff for Stasha, and this really cool Ultimate Warrior banana. I don't know what that is. It reminds me of the wrestling WWF.
Like a ninja banana or something.
But he's darn cool. It could even be a kiss banana with a bandana. I don't know.
He's cute though.
I like him.
So yeah, he's now on the set. So thank you, Connie.
Boop-a-doo. All right, there we go. Well.
All right.
Wow. So we talked. So tonight's
the theme for tonight.
Yes.
Is Grimm has lately been going through his enormous VHS collection.
Let's put it this way. So, as you know, and if you don't know, you'll know now, that Janet and I both have eBay stores. We both do business on eBay. We sell things.
Yeah, we each have an eBay store.
Things and stuff and things.
Yeah.
All kinds of cool crap.
Some Mummy Monkey stuff I put on my eBay store.
Like? Where's the mug?
Like, this I have not listed yet. We were sold out for a while, but now we did get a batch of 15 mugs.
A fresh batch of mugs with the green inside.
I don't know how well that, and the inside is green. It's like a neon green.
We don't even have one of these for ourselves. We sell them, but we need to get some just for ourselves. We drink so much coffee.
Well, we have a ton of coffee mugs already.
But I'm just saying.
We need to save these for the fans.
If you get these, right, so that's what I'm trying to say, is that we make sure that all the inventory that we ever do order goes right to the fans. We sold a good number of these, and these seem to be a favorite. There's two separate designs. They're kind of similar. The difference is that we're together on one and we're apart on the other. So but they're very similar in color and everything.
Yeah. So we'll I need to put these up this weekend.
Yeah.
We just got them yesterday, so I didn't get
a very limited number. So if you want to get your hands on one, you have to. So
just follow my eBay store, and the eBay store is MummyMonkey LLC.
Yeah, and you can find all of that. So you can pull these up here too on the .com. Come here. Where's my cursor? Come here. Curse you, cursor.
And we'll have them up for Yeah, the links are on there.
Yeah.
And I'll put them up for like 15 plus shipping.
Now.
Shipping shouldn't be too much, but I have to wrap them up really good.
Yes, and our eBay stores, if you're interested, and we both have separate ones. And we are on the eBay logo. If you go to your Google in the search engine and type in either one of these names, it'll pull up a link to our eBay stores, right?
And the links are also on our website. They're also in some of our YouTube video descriptions.
Right. So we both sell, and we sell some kind of similar things, but then there's some stuff you specialize in, more like purses and some fashion stuff. But we both do toys, but you're more dolls.
Vintage dolls and some vintage action figures. Like I did just sell recently a Big Jack action figure. He was Big Jim's friend from the 70s. Kind of like a G.I. Joe type of dude.
You sold that very quickly. It wasn't. Yeah, it didn't last more than a day.
Like within an hour or two of me putting him up.
It's a rare doll.
He's hard to find, and if you find him in the box, it's even more rare. But he was out of the box. He didn't really have clothes. I found some like vintage Ken doll clothes to throw in with him.
Yeah, you beat me to that one. You got him for a song and sold him for a nice profit. But there you go. That's the biz, right?
But no, they're fun. I like the creepy dolls, the vintage stuff like that. And then I also have some VHS on there. But Grimm is gonna be. Grimm's got some crazy cool, hard to find VHS.
So here's the thing. So you're talking about, I'm an old monkey, and I collect
years.
Lots of different things.
Yeah.
And VHS was I love VHS, right? Video tapes and video recorders, things like that. And to the point of the fact that I've got, between released video and stuff I've taped off of television over the last, I don't even want to admit, I've got probably thousands of tapes. Okay?
We've got so many VHS here at the Cinematary, here at the crypt, that we could probably build a whole other crypt out of it.
Probably a house out of it.
Probably build a house out of tapes.
So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go through these like literal, like, you know, you have the banker's boxes, I have those, but I also have like 11 by 17,
like storage boxes.
Paper, the paper boxes that 11 by 17, like copy paper comes in, full of video. I mean, you've got multiple boxes. There's so many. So anyway, the other night I was like, let me go through some of these, because I knew some of them were okay, but I had no clue some could be valuable as they are. Now, whether they'll sell or not, that's a whole different thing. But when you look them up,
you take the thingies
they're
off
super rare. Yeah, so I don't know, get people in. Okay, so we'll take these off.
If you're showing
for show and tell, yes. Get that
just so there's room on
we don't want to
screen.
obscure the goodness. So
and Justin, I'm just reading the comments while you go through your stuff.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Justin says, good show. Thank you, Justin.
We try.
Tony says, the missing links.
Hey.
Lofty says, hit that like button.
Hit that like button
Thank
down there
you,
if you haven't
Lofty
already. And subscribe and tell a friend.
Yeah, hit subscribe and
tell your mama. Whatever.
Yeah, there you go. Hello there, Randy.
Because your mama's on the interweb. She's up there looking at stuff.
Scott says, I had all of the Universal VHS horror.
Yeah, I mean.
Nice.
So, when I go out and about to, over the past bunch of decades, going over to like flea markets and thrift stores and wherever, I have this weird eye for VHS. Because, I think it's not that hard. Oh, we got a visitor. Let's see if anyone knows. But I'll pick up stuff that I think looks interesting to me, or even though I haven't even watched any of these things.
Yeah.
But I'll pick them up, and I started going through a bunch of the videotapes that I've had.
Oh. And
looking them up on eBay, and to my surprise, some are worth a pretty good amount of money.
Wow.
All the way from $15 to I listed one just the other day for $500.
Whoa.
Just because it's a really rare.
Which one was that?
It's a, okay, we don't just go off with a bang with that one?
Yeah, let's just show that one.
So this one is, there's nothing to really see.
There's nothing,
far
okay.
away.
All
but
right.
it's just Cinderella, right? And I bought it at a thrift store, actually. And it looks like it might have even been a rental copy or something, because it has a barcode on the thing. But anyway, so I look up this thing. It's put out by Catalina Video. And there are only 2 listings of Catalina videos out there. And one of them is for like $300. And one is starting at $300 on a bidding, on an auction. Mm-hmm. So this is like an adult version. It's a rated R version. So there's some nudity and all that kind of stuff in here. But it says rated R right there. That's all it is. But it's
from what, the 70s, 80s?
You can look it up on IMDb. It's an actual movie that was released. But to find the actual videotape, very rare. And I think I bought this at you know, what's it called? There it goes.
There goes that expensive tape.
It's called
Smash.
Well, they built these things like a brick.
No,
house.
they're built to last.
At a Value World, I think I found this a while back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I just kind of I didn't know what it was. I just could
one
tell
of those weird
bizarre.
movies,
You know, I mean, I don't see this anywhere. So picked it up, sat in a box in the garage, in the basement for a while. I started digging up, unearthing these things, and looking them up, and I'm like, I can't believe. So, on something like this, I start high because, look, if someone would pay $5 for it, then they're gonna get it, and I'm gonna be happy, and they're gonna be happy.
It's better to start a little bit higher, and then if it doesn't sell after a while, you could lower the price a little bit.
As opposed to selling it for like, or $20.
Try to haggle or work out a deal, negotiate with a buyer.
Instead of selling for $20 and figuring out that the guy who bought it went ahead and sold it for $100. I don't know.
Yeah, so. I would, because if it's that obscure or that hard to find,
Now here's one I just sold. This was one of the first ones I sold. It was only $15. I kind of priced it to with the comps.
You originally paid 49 cents.
I got to take that sticker off. So this is a 50-center.
That was from. Let me guess the tag.
I'm going to take it off with the heat gun. I don't want to take it off because it might rip it.
Yeah, careful with that.
So this is a movie called Explorers. This came out in 1985. It has Ethan Hawke and River Phoenix.
Do you want me to Vanna them for you?
You can if you want to. But I bet a lot of people out there know what this movie is. It's very interesting. It's about these kids that build. It's a kind of, it's kind of one of those movies that Stranger Things was inspired by. Let's put it that way. Because it's a bunch of kids. They build, they build their own spaceship and these aliens find them or something like that. And it's a really wacky movie. But it's kind of not common to find on a VHS. I don't even know if it's been released on DVD. See, that's another thing.
Some of these were never put out on DVD.
Some of these movies were never released on DVD, so you can only see them on DVDs that some people, and I don't condone this, but they'll dub these and sell them on the internet, and that's up to them. They can go and deal with that whole thing. I would never do that, but. Or you buy them on VHS and try to get a VCR and watch them. So.
Yeah. What's that one?
This movie is called The Wolf. It's a very rare movie, and I bought it because it looked kind of. I'm a.
She's like a Rambo chick.
It's a girl. It's a guy. What are you talking about?
That's a guy.
That's a dude.
Oh. Well, the way the picture
is, I got you. He looks like cleavage.
I saw like female anatomy.
That's man cleavage.
I thought maybe it was just a really.
He's a Stallone wannabe.
I thought it was just like a really tough like G.I. Jane character.
No, what's this guy's name? I can't read the sunglasses.
Ron Marchini.
Marchini. So Ron Marchini made a movie called The Wolf. All right.
I don't know the way the chest looked.
So I mean, it doesn't have to be a horror movie. When I see something, apparently, right, the Cinderella one, I can some movies you can just kind of tell, or I can anyway. That they're not your typical release, and they could be interesting. And I just bought it to see how cheesy it would be. I didn't even think about how much it might be worth one day. But this was a couple years ago I bought this one, and this one I have up for $139 because someone has the same exact one up for $150.
Oh.
So I priced mine a little lower to sell it.
And is yours in better condition?
I don't know. It looked about the same.
You didn't look. Oh, it
looked about the same.
Looked about the same.
I mean, there's only 2 copies out there, and someone really wants it. They might buy my copy. I tested it. It works great until I drop it again.
Don't drop those. Late Late Horror Show. Thank you. A super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we're going to put together a scare package for Dino and Tom.
We got a couple we have to send out to multiple people. We're going to send them some goodies. Yes.
And then there's a lot of comments. Let's read some of those for a minute.
You could say man boobs on here. That's fine.
Yeah, they were pecs. I just didn't recognize it at first.
What happened there?
You just flip back to the screen. There's 2 different screens.
Where? Show me.
Behind you, right there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's all. There's just 2 different screens.
I didn't like that. Okay.
Let's see.
Lofty Moose.
Rambo.
Hey Dino, the Mummy and the Monkey is back up on the Late Late's Horror Show. If you did something to make it work again.
Oh, cool. Oh, the old podcast.
The podcast, yeah, Living the Scream.
Living the Scream from a couple of years ago.
We had fun doing it. We did one naked.
Yeah, we did have an
audio podcast.
It was audio only.
Where we were totally naked. So go figure that one out. Have fun with that.
Oh, jeez.
Man boob alert.
Yeah, that's okay.
Look, that guy's the wolf. You can go mess with him if you want to.
And this is our after party show, so it's a little
more looser.
And more on
moron. Who you call
no,
moron?
Graham. We try to keep our shows for most ages to watch, but of course, with parental supervision. Because this is not a kids channel.
So they do have a DVD of Explorer. See, I don't know. I didn't make. But like I said, that Explorer's VHS sold. Mm-hmm. I listed a bunch of them lately, and I'll get some more interesting ones here pretty soon. Here's one called Raw Meat or Meat Market.
Meat Market. Is that sealed?
It is sealed. It's an independent movie. The sequel sells for about $50. This one I have up for close to $100.
Because it was never open.
It's never opened, and it's some independent zombie movie. Again, a lot of people look for this kind of stuff because it is just not something you'd find all the time.
Sub Rosa Studios.
Yep, Sub Rosa Studios.
Syracuse, New York.
So here's a cool one that I did put up for a little bit. We'll see. I might have to bring it down in price, but
there you go, Graham.
Just put it down on the floor there.
How about over here?
It ain't that.
Well, I don't want the shrink wrap to get torn.
You can hear the nakedness. That's true. So here's one called Over the Edge, starring a young Matt Dillon. And it's a pretty cool looking movie. Again, kind of like Outsiders and that type of thing.
Yeah, I never saw it.
But it's an 80s movie. A bunch of 80s punk kids running around getting hassled by the cops, man.
Bunch of bad kids from the 80s.
Bunch of kids running around, you know. It's a pretty cool movie.
Oh, there's that.
I just watched it the other day. It's pretty cool.
Cool. So it plays good. It looks like it's in great shape.
Here's one that's sold. It's called, I've never seen this one, but I buy all this stuff and never watch it. I mean, that's the story of my life, right?
Yeah, some of these we still need to...
Hologram.
A lot of these.
Hologram Man sold. This is a $15 one, too.
That one's sold?
Yes, it's sold.
You'll have to take that sticker off.
Okay. Thank you for the monitoring.
Hologram Man.
It's sold, but it's only a $15 one.
Yeah.
But again, something that you can't find probably easily on DVD.
Yeah, and not all VHS is sought after. There's a lot of VHS we find that's only worth $1 or $2, but sometimes you can find one that's like 15, 20.
So check this one out.
$50.
Here's one this movie I love, and it's not. I mean, I can part with it because I think I have it on DVD. But The Monster Squad.
Oh,
this movie,
a lot of people love that movie.
If you have not seen this movie, you have to do yourself a favor. It is not a kids movie.
No.
It's got kids in it, but it's pretty. I think it gets pretty dark and hardcore in some points of the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird movie.
I love it, but
cool.
But the VHS copy, if you could find one, it's about a $50. So up to $50. So if you have it, put it online and sell it. The Ladies Club. Has anyone heard of this movie? This is one of my favorite rentals from the 80s.
No.
You got to see this movie.
I've never.
You will love it.
The Ladies Club?
Yes, these women take. It's about a lot of women that were brutally attacked by men in every way you can imagine, and they seek their revenge by doing something that you would think a woman would want to do to a guy after they were attacked. So let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
But it's all perfectly surgically done. It's really.
I see what you're hinting towards.
The guys wake up going, "What happened to?" You got to see it.
Oh, that might be fun to watch.
It's really messed up. Not that I think it's fun, trust me, but for the guys, what they did,
they get what they deserve.
Yes,
we'll just say that.
It's almost you know how Dexter. Okay, it's almost like Dexter, the show Dexter.
Oh, where you're rooting for the
But he would do his research, make sure that this is the person. And
right.
He just wouldn't go. I think that's the person that
Mm-hmm.
He was worked in a crime lab. He would do all the research, like his cop stepfather told him. Find out that this was the person, and then he would go after him. These ladies did
I have a copy of Ladies Club on VHS. Good movie, says Justin.
It is really a good movie. There were some movies that were way ahead of their time, okay, and did stuff that was super controversial. Even to this day, it's a very controversial movie.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that they would make a movie like that anymore.
Well, it reminds me of
Tuck and Roll.
Well, I thought of the movie Teeth.
Yeah, Snip Snip. Oh my God. Yeah, well there you go.
That's another a snip snip type of movie.
No, I don't know what Richard Taylor's talking about. No, not that at all.
Let's not.
Well,
read that
one. I didn't. Well, it's this.
Oh, he said he. Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay.
I love Monster Squad. In my favorite flick. It's my favorite flick from the 80s.
It is. It is an amazing. I remember seeing that movie in the movie theater by myself, and just sitting there say your jaw drops. Towards the end there, you're like, what is going on? This is not a kid's movie at all.
It's it's definitely weird. I think it's PG-13 or something.
It was messed up. Yes, it was Willow. That's not a good one.
That movie's all right.
This one I've had for a while. It's called Pinocchio in Space.
Is that a cartoon?
It's a 1960s animated cartoon. It's a clamshell thing.
Clamshell.
It's not a Black Diamond
Columbia
Disney.
Pictures.
I'm just kidding. But this one's a good one too, because it's a kind of an obscure animated movie. I think it's been dubbed too from being I think it's a different language, but it was dubbed in English.
York Video, I remember that store.
Yeah, it was a rental.
I remember York Video. Please Be Kind, Rewind. It has that sticker on it. I love those stickers.
Hobbs Horror is just catching our stream. They said they're a long time sub.
Cool, thank you, Hobbs.
Thank you, Hobbs, for subbing and watching. That's right, finally catching the stream. Yeah,
and we were the Thrift Raider. The Thrift Raider on YouTube, I had a cool chat with Natalie on Wednesday night. So if you want to catch the replay of that later on, you can subscribe to the Thrift Raider. And we talk about reselling and creepy items that we found.
Okay, so let me talk about a couple of these here. So Frank Holt asked if we ever saw the Dreamcatcher. I don't know that I saw that. It sounds familiar, but
I don't know if I remember that one.
So I screen capped that so we could look it up later. Mm-hmm. But Kirk Harrington asked about a movie called Time Bandits. Well,
yeah, didn't MST3K cover that one?
No.
Or host it?
No.
Or am I thinking of a different?
Time Chasers.
Time Chasers. Yeah. Okay.
That's Time Chaser. Yeah,
okay.
That's a beer.
Yeah.
No, Time Bandits. Now let me say something. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I bought this movie on DVD.
Okay.
I don't know, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Remembering what I saw as a younger Grimm in the movie theater. When I watched it again, I don't know, 15, 20 years after I saw it, I didn't get it. I tried to figure out what it is I saw in this movie that I like so much. So I could go back and watch it. It's kind of like, it's a British movie. It's got like that kind of British humor, which I do like. But I just did not know what I saw initially as a kid, or as a younger Grimm, I should say, that I didn't see as an older one. So I'm going to go watch Time Bandits again. I do have it on DVD. I will check it out.
Lois says Time Bandits was excellent.
Okay, so I have to go back and check it out. Maybe
other people are telling you it's a good movie.
Look, that's good. I remember liking it and then not understanding. That happens a lot, though. I mean, we've all done that, right? You remember going, oh, I love this. As a kid, like with entertainment, let's say. Let's kind of specify that. And then you go back, you dig it up, you're like, you watch it, you're like, what did I like about this?
Yeah.
What the heck did I... But, so, I will give it a fair share.
Hey, your tastes change, so...
They do.
Scary Basement Media says, you guys kick arse.
Okay, that's cool.
So that you could show.
Scary Basement.
Scary Basement Media.
I love that name.
I think they follow us on Instagram.
Scary
that name
Basement.
Sounds familiar. I've seen them.
I've seen
them around on the interwebs.
Here's one that's sold. I mean, again, so far I've always sold some some lower price point ones, but they're selling.
But you just listed a bunch.
Just listed them, and they're sold within a week. That's not bad.
So are these currently listed?
Yes, this is Charlie Brown. Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. This one, a videotape of this sold. I mean, it was $12.
People like Charlie Brown.
But they bought it. All right.
I like Charlie Brown.
Does it say what I paid for it? Probably less than that.
I was looking to see if the tag.
You're always trying to call me out. You know I didn't pay more for a buck.
You probably paid $1 for it.
Nobody values this stuff.
Most of the thrift stores sell these cheap,
and
but
that's sort of
usually they're picked over.
That's a pro tip though for anyone that does reselling, is that this stuff is usually overlooked. If you go to yard sales, flea markets, thrift stores, $1 or 50 cents or a quarter, they don't value these things. But to collectors, if you found that piece of gold they've been looking for, it's worth whatever they want to pay for it. I mean, that's just the way it works.
And again, not every VHS is going to bring you money or a sale, but sometimes you can find some gems here.
That's with anything, though, right?
And this is years of Grimm collecting tapes.
Many in this little box, but I've got many more.
There's so much.
This is a kid's thing called Dinosaurs, and it's
Dinosaurs.
But the cool thing about this is that it's hosted and voiced over by Gary Owens. Now, he was a very, very famous voiceover guy. He was the guy that did the Super Friends, if you remember Super Friends from the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, that was Gary Owens. It was a big-time
voiceover guy.
Voiceover announcer guy.
Voice actor.
Huge. He was like Ernie Anderson of his day.
Wow.
You know, during the same time Ernie Anderson was. I mean, when voiceover was something, Gary Owens was the guy that you wanted. He was like one of the top guys.
Cool.
And that goes for a little bit. This one I have up for $200. Believe it or not, I bought this a while back at a Cinema Wasteland that we went to. Now if you can't really see this, but
do you want me to van it?
If you can, don't drop it out of there.
It's handwritten in there and it's numbered.
Whatever they dubbed over this tape, they painted over with black paint.
Yeah, this is a homebrew.
And then handwritten.
Like someone made that.
Yeah, it's number 6 of 75 copies. Okay. I like this movie a lot. It's a really.
I watched that one with you.
I have it on DVD.
Yeah.
The DVD I have is worth $1 too.
Wow.
It's weird. It's one of those weird releases, but Midnight Skater. It's an independent movie about obviously a guy going around killing people, or a skateboarder, or you think. So there's a twist. But anyway, I gave it up. Spoilers. But anyway, it's a pretty decent independent movie. One of the ones I can watch all the way through and not go, what am I watching? But I had this for years and had no idea. I can't find anything on it, so I already had a guy ask me if I would take $100 for it. So I'm like, I just put it up. So
yeah, you just listed it, so maybe.
So someone could be digging, and he does reselling too, so I could see that he might want to flip it.
Yeah, maybe wait and see.
But think about that though. Right now, someone's offering me $100 for this. I know
and
it's
you just
crazy.
listed that.
I just listed. So that's how the game works sometimes too. I would rather keep this and maybe take $150 for it than the first offer I get, because someone will want this. It's a low number too, and that's a big thing in the independent movie thing.
And for tapes that are higher priced like that, a lot of these Grimm has watched or like, yeah.
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
He likes to watch them, and especially if you're selling something at a higher price point, you want to make sure it plays.
Oh, this is a pristine tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, pristine. I go through them all the time to make sure. Here's one that's near and dear to your heart: a He-Man Betamax episode.
Ooh, He-Man Betamax. Now I have a lot of He-Mans already on DVD, and I don't really use Betamax, so I'm okay with parting with this one.
But the He-Man betas do sell on eBay.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll show them how the tape looks different.
Yeah, it's a smaller tape than the VHS.
That's right. Size doesn't matter with Betamax.
Yeah, it was like a smaller tape.
Something fell.
Smaller box. What did we knock over?
I don't know. I'll find it. It didn't go
all
far.
right.
It didn't go far.
It says no rating. Volume 13.
Because for kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing. There's nothing in there.
He-Man.
Here's children shouldn't play with dead things. This is a kind of like $20. You know, nothing crazy.
Oh, let me see the artwork.
It's a great movie, and it's a VHS copy.
That's cool. And we've actually played this movie on our show.
So this one.
That's an amazing movie. I love it.
This one is interesting. Here's the interesting thing about. So there's one called Hollywood Mortuary. Okay. I think I paid $1 for this one too, or something.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about.
I put it up for $100 because the interesting thing about this is that if you look, there's a sticker on the bottom, like one of those printed stickers that you can get. They'll maybe not show it because it has an address on it.
Oh, maybe not.
But it has a name on it, and the name is the same guy that directed the movie. Mm-hmm. So I think it's his copy, and he has his return address on there just in case it gets lost. You can return it to him.
And it actually looks like a decent movie, so I'm going to try to email.
We're going to try to contact
the director to see if they would let us play that movie.
Yeah, so and that's another kind of fun thing about finding these obscure movies, because maybe
we could get in touch with the people who made the movie to see if they'd let us host it.
Because we've already had that luck with some other independent filmmakers. So.
And if we didn't have the tape sitting here, we would have never known to even
There's
check.
so much of the stuff out there, but you have to kind of have the eye for it and know that it's something that's offbeat, you know what I mean? And that's definitely is. But, I already have people looking at this tape, so interesting for that. I was shocked. I didn't even think about, any
and I've been
stuff.
telling Grimm for like a year or two. I'm like, Grimm, you should go through all your tapes. See what you want to part with.
Here's one that a lot of people are interested. Yeah, it's called a movie called Maniac.
Carolyn Monroe's in that one.
She is, and she look. Here's the cool thing about this. This is
the top flips open.
Yeah, it has that opened, which is not common. What videotape did you sell at Wasteland? What was that one?
It was Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
And it was very much like this.
Yeah, and I sold it really fast at Cinema Wasteland.
There were some kids that came around looked at it, they're like, oh, dude, I never saw this. This is the... And they were like...
They were drooling over it. It sold pretty quick.
Yeah, they put it down and they came back and then they bought it.
But then I'm like, did I undersell
Probably a little bit, but
So, yeah, because some of those are like...
They weren't of means, so at least they got a deal, but they got something they really wanted, version of the tape.
And it was a tape that I bought years ago at a thrift store.
So I think this is up for like around 50, so I mean, I think I sent an offer out, but nobody got back to me on this one, but this one will probably move pretty quick.
Yeah. Let's check out some comments.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Don't want to ignore our folks here. Hollywood Mortuary 2000, not bad for the show. Cool. Classic, the remake is great too. Which one was that? I'm not sure. Those big laser discs, I think you have to flip them in the middle of the movie. It says Spider Dog. Yeah, the laser discs... They had one side, or half of the movie on one side, half on the other.
There's two different kind of players. There's a player that you had to flip it. There's another player that the laser would go back up around and play the second side where you didn't have to flip it.
Yeah, it depended on which one. But the laser discs,
those are cool. Hit and miss. I mean, a lot of them aren't worth anything.
It depends.
A lot of them aren't.
I think some of the horror laser discs or the really obscure movies, like the ones you're showing. I sold
one a while back.
Might sell.
It was about a zombie poodle. It was called Fluffy, I think.
Oh, that's right.
It was really cool looking. I'm like, of course I gotta buy that.
A zombie poodle.
I think they had it priced up to like about $5 or $6, but I bought it. I think it sold for $40 or something like that.
Yeah, but so some of those sell, but most laser discs are they're more obscure than VHS or Betamax. Not many people have a Laserdisc player. And,
Albert asked a question. He goes, "How long have I been collecting?"
Since you were
probably since the mid '80s.
Yeah.
So that's how long. It's a long time.
He's got a lot of tapes.
And every day that passes by gets longer. I can't believe it. Richard Taylor getting schnockered, so I have to say hi. Hello.
Hello, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
I did have wait.
Journey to the Backed Up Cartoon movie with Liza Minnelli.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Wizard of Oz movie.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
I'm sure that the video quality on a Laserdisc is as good as whatever the source they got it from, and that I would have no idea.
Well, the Laserdiscs, from what I remember, it was like VHS quality, but on a big CD.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Like I didn't really notice a good quality to them.
With movie transfers, it's interesting because unless they up. Like what do they call it? What do you call that when they not upgrade, but there's a term that they use. It's like resing it up, like the resolution gets bumped up.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I just can't think of it right now.
Anyway, but unless they do that, unless they digitally process it, there are some Laserdiscs. I'm sure that the prints were right from the prints of the actual film. Like they just like you would take a VHS and put it in a VHS to DVD converter.
Like there were a few that looked good because I had a Laserdisc player maybe like 10, 15 years ago and don't have it anymore. Got rid of it. But
Life Force.
Most of them I noticed they look just like digital versions of the VHS.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really notice
Up-converted?
Up-converted. That's when they take an old movie and they make it look a little bit better.
And there's a lot of, within the independent stuff, like I've seen people that they'll get a hold of a movie, an old movie, right, that no one's seen in a long time, but the source might be a VHS tape, and they'll transfer it and make it a Blu-ray. But it's not technically a Blu-ray. It just it's been transferred to a Blu-ray.
They didn't clean it up
or up-convert.
Or up-converted.
It's just sort of a straight transfer. So I'm not really sure how you have to see it to know. But I'm more of a person that wants to see a movie, and as long as it's I can see what's going on. It's not that bad of a quality. I'm not that judgmental with it. So
yeah, I mean, especially with these older movies, I think. It gets to the point where there's only so much they can do.
So here's a really kind of a neat movie if you've never seen it called Dead Time Stories.
Oh, I remember that one.
And some of these VHSs are weird because they don't even have a barcode on them. I mean, that's how they're not even homebrews. They're just like they're put out. Who knows how they scan these things or kept track of them? But some don't have a barcode.
Yeah.
I think that's a $30 or $40 one I put up.
Woohoo!
What else is interesting in here? Oh, a lot of people from the 70s remember Johnny Sacco. Giant robot, right? You know him? Remember him? The little kid Johnny Sacco? He had the giant robot.
Episode 7 and 8, Dragon, the Ninja Monster, and the Gigantic Claw.
Here's a Japanese movie called Gunhead.
Gunhead.
This is one I've had for a long time. I thought it was kind of boring. I had to watch it again.
I wonder if Naoko knows about that movie, Gunhead.
But it was based on an anime. But
yeah,
I don't
it's like the live action version.
Yeah, it's a live action, but there's a lot of people running around and stuff. But I don't know, there's a lot of robot stuff in there. I mean, it's just all sort of implied, I think. But I have to go back and watch
it takes place in the year 2025.
Oh, not too long from now.
So 5 years from now, they're going to have, like, robot battles and stuff.
I'm building a new robot. It's got a gun head. It's going to be amazing.
That's funny.
All right. And so here's one. So here's Day of the Triffids. I thought it was Trifids, but it's Triffids. The Day of the Triffids VHS tape.
Yay.
I think my Psychomania tape fell behind me, but that's okay.
Oh, Naoko says that she loves Gunhead.
Gunhead's good.
Awesome.
But here's one that I found. It's a live action Hello Kitty.
Oh, Hello Kitty.
Now we can't tell. Obviously, I can't read that. I wish I could.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But what's the inside of the tape? Does you think it says "Let's Dance"? Or
I thought it said maybe "Let's Dance" or something.
Hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, I don't know what does that say.
Tilt it down. Tilt it so people can read it.
Here, can we?
That can read kanji.
Yeah, what does that say?
Tilt it more towards your head. There you go. And bring it back a little bit. Take it back. So it focuses. Come here.
I don't know what you're...
Come on. If you
I'm
pull
trying, Grim. It doesn't want to focus. But yeah, that's what it says.
It says on the spine too.
Will it... I don't know why it does that.
Yeah,
that drives me crazy.
It's too light. But the
light reflects off of it too much.
Live action Hello Kitty. It's got a bunch of kids dancing on the back. And
yeah, I think it's like kids dancing.
Yeah,
it's like a cutesy like Hello Kitty thing.
Of course, I mean, I have no way to research this. It's very difficult because I don't speak or read Japanese. I wish I could.
I have, maybe I could look it up. But
Naoko loves Hello Kitty. Yeah, who doesn't? This was a huge, license and property for a long time. I mean, it's just basically a cat head with no mouth. But it made billions of dollars, so there you go.
Yeah.
Lois says, "Let's dance."
Let's dance. Okay, so she must know.
Let's go to the Sanrio store. Woohoo! I agree. I love it.
All right. So what else we got?
Grim likes Hello Kitty. This is just the tip of the iceberg, folks. This is just stuff I've gotten, because it takes time to sit there and research and list on. Faces of Death 3. This is part of a set because there's art on the back. But remember these tapes, the Faces of Death?
This was like a big deal when those came out, but some of them weren't like real.
A lot of it was fake.
A lot of it was fake or staged, and it was like kind of... It's not something that I was a fan of, honestly. But hey, if someone else will buy it and enjoy it, that's cool.
I think that's really about it that I have. That's like worth showing. So, yeah.
I think we showed everything that was interesting.
Well, Frankenstein Created a Woman. Peter Cushing movie.
Oh, it's a clamshell one.
It's not uncommon.
Hammer.
That's a more easy one to find. I think they have that one up for like 15 or 20. It's not that crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a horror movie, so I'm thinking that, as they cycle through, people want to collect the horror movies, and I have one that someone might want. So
there you go.
That is Hammer,
And then I've got a few over here, Graham.
Of what, mine?
Of yours, yeah. And then there's that one
these
that's
ones really
sealed.
showed, though.
Yeah, well, no, just so you could put them back.
Yeah. Just open that. It's fine.
Okay. And then here's, just watch the cellophane there.
Whoa!
I didn't want to rip the plastic off.
Thank you for caring.
Yeah.
Caring is sharing.
All right. James says, I have an old cartoon show on VHS called Deputy Dog. Mm-hmm. And Albert
Deputy
says...
Dog is cool. I used to love him. That and Ricochet Rabbit and all those guys.
Albert says, I've never seen any of the Faces of Death. You're not missing much.
Okay, so I remember seeing the first one, and it's like, it's got like a lot of, the one thing that everyone freaked out about, and especially me, was the monkey brains.
Oh, I can't look at that.
Where they have the monkey in the middle of the table at some,
No.
some foreign restaurant.
And some bad stuff happens.
Yeah, if it really happened, who knows?
I can't look at that. I know it's a delicacy in some cultures.
Oh, so are Big Macs. So there you go.
Yeah.
You're not missing, Albert. A lot of that stuff is fake. So
a lot of it was set up and
save
fake
yourself for the. No, you don't want to see the real thing.
Yeah, you don't even want to watch that stuff in real life.
I've seen it, and it made me feel like I shouldn't be seeing this.
Yeah.
I remember when I don't want to talk
but
about
But you know what's really scary? The scariest movie of them all.
What?
Ever. The scariest movie.
2020, the movie.
The News.
Oh.
The news of this year.
Every time.
Every day of
especially
2020.
Especially the 2020's news. Every day.
That is the scariest movie you could ever watch right now.
Not to get political, but yeah.
We're not. It's just making light of it. Making a joke.
There's a show we like to watch called, it was a horror hosted movie hosted show called Big Chuck and Little John. Mm-hmm. And they had a great skit where there's a couple in bed, and you see the TV's on, and you hear like a lot of screaming and shooting. And they're like behind the covers, kind of, coiling behind the covers.
Looking all scared.
And then after the screaming and shooting and yelling stops, they go, and that's the news for the day. It was like the news ending, so, and that's what they were watching. You thought they were watching a scary movie, but.
Just add, that's the news in 2020, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Albert is torn between Big Mac and monkey brains. I know what I would go for.
Ugh. Yuck. Vincent Price movies.
Now it goes with chilled monkey brains.
The Mask of the Red Death and The Pit and the Pendulum. Yeah, those are some great ones. Yeah.
So hey, recently there's to give a plug to these guys if you don't know about what's going on with them on the Mystery Science Theater. There were a lot of the cast has broken up and done their own things like Mike and Kevin and Bill Corbett. They're doing their thing called Riff Tracks, right? And then Joel's like kind of always kind of reinventing MST3K, where they had the revival on Netflix, right? And then there's the Mads, M-A-D-S, the Mads, which is Frank Conniff and Trace Beaulieu, and they are the two mad scientists from the original, iteration.
So those two are starting their own thing.
So they've had their own thing for a while.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh yeah, they would go around and they would do like would do Q&As, and you can buy a ticket. They would riff a movie live, and then you could talk to them and hobnob.
So those two guys are riffing movies.
And they're known as the Mads.
Okay.
And we just recently, we just watched that first thing that they did.
Well, I'm just following your story, because then I knew you were going to lead into this next.
So they started doing an online thing because of the COVID lockdown thing. So they started doing a thing recently where they did their first show. They showed Glenn or Glenda. So it was like $10 for a ticket, which is basically a link to their YouTube, a private link to their YouTube broadcast. Mm-hmm. And I bought one ticket, and Janet and I both watched it, and they riffed live.
It was fun
from their individual abodes.
Yeah, they were each like live streaming from their houses.
I think they used Zoom through YouTube.
Something like that, yeah.
However they did it, doesn't matter. But they did it live. They riffed Glenn or Glenda live, which they've done this many times, so they had all their jokes ready to go. But they're doing the Tingler with Vincent Price on August 18th.
That'll be cool.
And we'll be there for that for sure.
But yeah, we watched Glenn or Glenda Ed Wood Classic.
I've never seen it before. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So if you want to support some other horror hosts, movie hosts out there doing their thing, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, and it was like the closest we're gonna see to a movie right now.
Going to a movie if you want to. Although some movie theaters are doing it where you can rent the movie theater for $100.
Yeah, I heard that.
Great idea.
Where you can rent like one whole movie theater, space for you and your family or your close friends.
Well, how many people can you invite though?
Probably just a couple people and
10.
Well, yeah, no more than 10 in Ohio, but
whatever. I don't even know how they regulate that.
You just sit
everyone's
further
7 feet apart.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a Mummy and the Monkey episode. Oh, a special edition.
I don't know. We'll see. But drive-ins are big now. A lot of people are going to the drive-ins. So, yeah, and then with these live streamings, it's
Gary's saying
just different ways to have fun.
Gary's saying they have MST3K and Riff Tracks channels on Pluto. Riff Tracks, really? On Pluto?
I knew that they were also on Twitch.
Had to check all that out.
Yeah, the Riff Tracks guys were on Twitch.
Yeah, Kathleen, agree. I'm a big Riff Tracks guy. I'm not even personally. I buy a lot of their physical media, but I have not yet done anything where I synced up a movie that I own with the riff that they have available. I should do that, but I know they got hundreds of things, which is kind of like comforting me because I know I can go there and figure it out and watch stuff forever.
Cleveland Cinemas is doing that. Oh,
really? Oh, interesting.
That could be fun.
Huh.
Let's just see what the do some research on that. That's cool.
People are inventive now. Of course, they have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be able to pivot.
We have to be able to adapt and still find ways to connect and have a little bit of a diversion from what's going on.
Bobby Harvey has a VHS copy of the Flintstones Meet the Frankenstone and Rockula. I don't know about that one. He says it's a hard one to find. Okay, I'll definitely look for that one if I can find. I would pick that up in a minute if I saw it.
We like old cartoons too.
Yeah, any of those. There's a man called Flintstone. I have not seen that in a long time. I don't even. It's a James Bond take on the Flintstone thing.
Oh, that sounds fun.
A Man Called Flintstone. I remember that.
I remember the Flintstone Kids.
Flintstone Kids, 10 million stars. That's for
no,
vitamins.
like no, not the vitamins.
Pebbles and Batman?
No, there was a cartoon called the Flintstone Kids.
Oh, that's right. They're younger versions of them.
Yes. Yeah, not the vitamins.
Yeah,
I remember those too, but.
Riff Track shorts. I mean, the Riff Tracks has cracked that nut of what to do next with the horror hosted stuff. Mm-hmm. They just do a brilliant job. I love all their commentaries. Fun. And I like all their individual efforts. Cinematic Titanic, which was like, Joel and Trace Beaulieu and a lot of the other people that weren't Mike, Kevin, and Bill. But, wow, what great stuff. My
mom had a 78 record of a couple of Flintstone episodes. I think one was called The Bank Robbery. Yeah, they put them on record?
They may have. Yeah, I definitely have some old Looney Tunes stuff, that are on 78, like Daffy Duck and some Bugs Bunny stuff that are on 78, so they're pretty cool.
Nice.
A lot of Mel Blanc stuff, from back then. The voice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
That's cool. Well, thank you for showing your what you have so far on
This is
eBay.
Nothing. This is scratching the surface,
so maybe if we find some more obscure ones, or
I'll do an update. Yeah,
he could do an update. We love talking about the old movies, old media. So I mean, we could just keep that going, and
it's insane.
It's great when you guys, chime in and ask us questions too. It's just a fun little interactive.
So what you saw is what I listed.
So those are available for sale.
But what I have some more stuff that I have not listed yet because I'm going to probably do is a lot of horror stuff. Ooh. That on its own isn't worth a lot, but if I clump it up into this little. So
you might do some bundles.
Some bundles, right? I mean that's and
some
that
VHS.
I have Trilogy of Terror 1 and 2. I mean, like Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, the whole set, things like that. I have not touched yet because I'm trying to assemble everything and make sense out of it. Because that's another strategy when you do eBay. It's like you could either sell something for one thing for $100 or sell 5 things for $100. You have to just kind of know what's going to sell, or figure.
Yeah, like some of the tapes, if you see they only sell for like a couple bucks each, maybe you
lot them up.
Lot up maybe like 5
of them,
5 or 10 like really cool, where they're still cool, like they're still fun to watch.
Perceived value.
And someone can buy that as like an instant VHS collection. Yeah. If maybe they're new to collecting or.
You're welcome, Connie. Whatever
they just want to get some extra tapes or doubles.
That's right. So there's a lot of different things you could do on eBay, or selling stuff, whether it's on eBay or any platform, to make it interesting.
Night of the Comet. That is a good movie.
That is an interesting movie.
Another fun 80s movie. I do have that on VHS. I bought a bunch of VHS from a friend of ours a couple years ago, which I got to find them. But there's some really weird titles there, like sci-fi and strange 80s things I've never heard of. Oh, yeah, you showed me
those.
Keith,
yeah. Mm-hmm. So we have to check that out. Blackula and Blackenstein. Yeah, we're at the 1 o'clock mark.
It's 1 already?
We busted it all the way up to 9.
Oh, it is 1.
Yeah,
Jeez.
This takes up time.
Wow.
It's a good idea you had. That's all we're trying to do is
time flies when you're having fun, right?
Hanging out with the folks, and having a good time talking about stuff we all love. It's a great time.
Cool. Well, I think we'll wrap things up here in a minute because I'm like
fading.
I'm getting tired.
Mommy's fading, and I'm just getting my second wind. But anyway, we want to thank you all for joining us for episode number 26 of the Mummy and the Monkey's
Hairy Scary Hangover.
There'll be more to come. Check us out next week. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna do it. This is gonna just say Attack of the Giant Leeches.
Attack of the Giant Leeches
next Friday night.
And it's Earl's birthday.
And we didn't even talk about that.
We forgot to mention that on the Facebook show. But
we'll play it up.
We're gonna celebrate Earl's birthday next week because
Earl's a whole 2 years old.
Earl will be 2 years old.
That's right, a whole 2.
Our crypt kitten Earl.
So you're going to want to be there for that. We're going to do a little tribute to our good crypt kitten Earl.
Yeah.
Whom we all know and love. Mm-hmm. And we'll see some of his humble beginnings. A little photo montage and all that
Our
kind of
little
stuff.
kitty man, yeah.
Anyway, so thank you all for joining us tonight. Have a good night, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time on
The Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangover.
Mwah.
Good night, good fright, everybody.